Very few people actually critiqued the points I made in those videos. The hate I got was trying to reach and say whatever they could say to hurt me. But people just keep pushing this, you can't take criticism, you can't take criticism. I can take criticism, but people were trying to tear me down. Hey y'all, just wanted to add on. So basically, this commenter was saying something along the lines of, oh, you can give criticism, but you can't take criticism. And I just want to say that's not true, and I want to explain why that's not true. So one of the issues I have with the whole argument of you can't take criticism is people didn't critique my videos on Quadir for what I said in the videos. What people were doing was they were watching my videos on Quadir and they were mad at the fact that I was saying the truth and calling out problematic things he said in his career online. And what they were doing was they were finding whatever they could on me to try to put me down and put me in my place. So the first thing people ran to was my looks. Quadir ran to my looks too. Oh my gosh, your skin is this, your skin is that, you belong to Smithsonian, or whatever, because what I was saying was true. You may disagree with my arguments I made in the videos, but people couldn't say, oh, what you said wasn't true, oh, you lied here, you lied there. I didn't lie in any of my videos on Quadir. The point I'm trying to get y'all to understand is people didn't critique my commentary. People grabbed at anything they could to try to put me down and put me in my place for having the gall to speak on Quadir Howard. Even though he speaks on Iyanla, Monique, Beyonce, he will speak on anybody and call them out of their name and say horrible things about them. So what I want y'all to understand is people weren't critiquing my commentary. They weren't critiquing the points I made. They were trying to grab anything they could, which is why they ran to my appearance. They ran to, oh, like your views, your engagement, blah, 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 blah. And then when they found my singing, because as I've said before, I think my commentary is pretty solid for the most part. But my singing is an area where sometimes I do need help. Sometimes I need improvement. Like there were times I posted covers that weren't of the best quality. And that doesn't mean I'm a bad singer. I think I have a good voice and I have sung well in the past on my channel, which is why I got the numbers I do have and why there's covers on my channel that had universal praise. But I was so caught up in like, gotta post that I didn't sit down and think I've got to make sure everything is of quality. I was just trying to be consistent, which I've said before. But I guess the thing I want to understand is people grabbed at my singing because that's the only thing they could grab at. Like they grabbed at my singing, they grabbed at my looks, they grabbed at my small numbers because that's all they could grab at, because they couldn't critique the commentary itself, because the commentary itself was true, it was valid, it was fair. So I just am sick and tired of people saying, oh, you can't take criticism. Let's address the elephant in the room. I want to discuss some of the singing drama that happened. Just because people have tried to run with their own narratives, I want to let my truth be known. I want to share my truth just so I can dead this shit, because people keep trying to say all this, that, and the third, and it's not the truth. So let's start with the Julian live stream. So the Julian live stream was the first situation where I felt somebody coming for me or my singing. So basically Julian Echelon, you know, the content creator if you follow the Dirt Queen drama. Basically, Julian, he kept reaching out to me and hyping up my videos, saying I was the best thing since sliced bread. He wanted to work with me, reach out to me, join my Discord. And he was just always singing my praises, hyping me up. I guess trying to get me to collab with him, trying to get me to interact with him. And basically, he goes out of his way to defend me, to hype me up, to support me, to say my content is so good, my content is so great, da-da-da-da-da. But then basically on one live stream, he decides to sit here and make fun of my covers and make fun of my singing. And this is where we're going to get to that point, because I'm like, people will say people are allowed to critique you, people are allowed to, and yes, I agree with that. Yes, I agree with the idea that if you are somebody who puts yourself out there as a singer, people are allowed to critique you. But here's what I didn't like. Julian watched my cover content before that live stream. We literally, like I said, we had conversations about our goals as a content creator, and not once did he say anything about my singing ability, or hey, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, even though he hyped me up, oh, that's my little brother, oh, my this, my that. You didn't say shit to my face, but the second that you go on live stream, you decide to talk some shit about me behind my back and you keep playing my shit back to laugh at it. I'm allowed to be hurt by that, even though I'm somebody putting myself out there. I'm allowed to be hurt at the fact that you was hyping me up, acting like I'm the best content creator since freaking ever. But then the second that I'm not on your live stream, you sit here laughing at me, poking fun at me, shading me. Because that doesn't even really have to do with the quality of my singing, because like I said, yes, anyone can have an opinion on my singing. But if you are friends with somebody, you call yourself friends with somebody, you're friendly with somebody, you're not supposed to talk shit about them behind their back. And for him to sit here and be replaying this shit and laughing at it and like really going in and playing around with it, that was a choice. And I was allowed to feel upset at the fact that he went behind my back and was talking shit, because he had more than enough opportunity to tell me, hey, maybe you should shift this up. But no, he decided the first time he was going to sit here and address my singing was when he could sit here and make fun of me in front of other people. So that's one of the issues I had with the situation, is people, they wanted to make it about people are allowed to critique you, but they didn't want to realize it wasn't about the fact that I was being critiqued. It was about the fact that you had multiple chances to talk to me about this directly, since you love me so much. Oh, I'm like your brother, etc. Because like I said before, this person, there were times where people tried to shade me in their live streams before, and they chose not to entertain it. So it's funny to me that all of a sudden they wanted to entertain it all of a sudden, the being shady to me and the trying to tear me down part. The reason why I had an issue with Julian is because he had multiple chances to talk to me when we had long conversations about our content and our goals, to say stuff about my singing and to say stuff about my covers. And he proved that he had watched them before. He had shown that he was watching them beforehand. And like I said before, he loved on me. You're a great content creator. Love your content, love your content, love your content. Oh, I can see you doing this. Oh, I can see you doing that. All he said to me before he did that live stream was positivity, positivity, positivity. But the second that I wasn't there, he decided to go in and go in and go in and shade and shade and shade. And I'm allowed to feel a way about that, because I said I liked some of Julian's videos, but I also had critiques of him. It bothers me that I'm not allowed to feel upset about the fact that somebody, like, they love bomb me into collaborating with them. But the second that they got those collaboration videos out that helped their public image, then it's talking shit about me. And then the second that I held them accountable for what they did, then it's just a bunch of shit talking. That's so much of Julian's brand, is shit talking. Like, let's go there. Every time I look in the comments of Julian's videos, it's people that shit talk me. So many people there just exist to shit on me and to say I'm talentless and I'm horrible and I'm this and I'm that. And it's just like, it's exhausting. It's like I'm not even monetized. I'm trying my best to grow my channel, to work on my brand, to get to being monetized, to actually like get opportunities. Like, I see content creators going to events. I see them, you know, dropping merch, doing this, doing that, or whatever. I went to go see Ariana Hook. I met her. I did a community tab about that. I bought something at her pop-up shop, and you know, I admire her, and I love that she's, you know, making moves. She's doing her the progeny. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's actually making moves, and she's actually making income off YouTube. Like, I see people doing what I want to do, and I'm trying to get there, but it's like all this negativity, all these people trying to hate and drag me down. I already acknowledged that my singing could use work, so it's like, why are y'all still talking shit? Like, what more can I do? I privated the content. I acknowledged that this shit was, so it's just tiring, because it's like I'm pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to get monetized, trying to script my content, and it's like I get all these shit talkers, and I get that as a content creator you have to have the emotional maturity, do not let the shit talkers get to you, but it's just like the gall of somebody to get my comments and say, oh, but you can't take criticism. They weren't critiquing my commentary. They were trying to grasp at straws. And I'm like, because I'm fine with people critiquing my vocals. I'm fine with that. But we're not going to sit here and act like Julian didn't love bomb me and love on me until he could get those collaborations and then switch up on me. That's the first situation that happened, and we're going to get to the second situation. One thing I want to note here is Julian himself said that he almost apologized to me for the things he did and the things he said. This goes to show that I, a pop of culture, am not just somebody who can't take the heat when people come for me. The fact that Julian himself was at the point that he was about to apologize to me shows that he felt inside that something he did was wrong, that something he did was out of line. I didn't ask for him to apologize. After he thought about the things that he did and the things that he said, he felt motivated to apologize. And I will acknowledge I did react out of emotion. Like, I was hurt that somebody who was gassing me up. I thought Julian's videos were okay, but there was a lot of things I didn't like in the videos. From the start, he was a vicious negative. He would always say, as a man, I can't respect this. As a man, I can't respect that. What the fuck does that mean? As a man, I can't respect that. Both of y'all are extremely flamboyant, feminine, gay men. So, like, this idea of you saying, as a man, I can't respect this. As a man, I can't respect that. Who the fuck are you to judge what another man should and shouldn't do and what you can and can't respect? Because a lot of niggas don't respect what you do, the way you talk, your interests. So who are you to sit here and say you don't respect Quadir as a man or me as a man? Because he tried to pull that shit too in one of our collaboration videos. When I told him I don't like when customer service workers are rude to me for no reason, he said I can't respect you as a man for not liking that. Nigga, who the fuck gave you the authority to respect or not respect what people are doing? That's besides the point. I just wanted to address the situation because yes, I did react out of emotion when I saw that somebody was talking shit, but people will try to point to that to say, oh, you were mad that somebody was talking about your singing. But it wasn't really just the singing. I mean, yeah, that didn't feel good, but it was this person gassed me up, because there were multiple times he reached out on multiple videos, and you may be able to still find the comments if I didn't hit that hide user from channel, but there were multiple times he gassed me up trying to get me to go into his Discord or contact me. And he literally had multiple conversations with me where we were talking about our goals and our journey and this and that. And another thing that pissed me off was the second I called him out for shading my content behind my back, because that's the big thing of it. It wasn't just, oh, no one can talk about my singing. It was, you're talking about my shit behind my back. You could have came to me with this, but you decided to try to make a joke out of me, which I didn't like. And the second video I want to talk about, I don't have a lot of time, is the Classics video, which was the Brandy versus, where basically Classics made a video where they were putting my video versus Quadir's video of Have You Ever. And one of the issues I have with this is the dishonesty of Classics. First and foremost, the fact that Classics used their platform to make fun of me, but they never used their platform to talk about the problematic nature of Julian doxing people and Grace being transphobic. Because in the big scheme of it, me singing pitchy is less of a problem than Julian doxing people and Grace being transphobic. But he used his platform to make fun of me, who was the only person out of the Quadir Howard content creators who called out the problematic aspects of what he was saying. I feel like I was the one who was the most constructive with Quadir, but I was the one who he chose to try to make fun of. And my thing is this, like, I posted the content out there, people can do what they like with the content. But my issue with it was Classics tried to hide behind this idea of, well, I was trying to promote your content. Because that's the thing that Julian said too. It's like, people think you're stupid. He was trying to say, oh, I was trying to promote your content, but you're laughing at it and playing it back and forth. Like, who's going to sit here and want to watch me sing when you're sitting here and replaying the shit, laughing it back and forth and trying to make fun of it and trying to make it seem like it's the worst thing ever? Both the people trying to say, oh, I was trying to promote your content. Because Classics, in our little live stream we had on Stationhead, we had a live stream where we were kind of talking about different things that went down. And one of the things that happened during that live stream was they sit here and tried to come for my vocal ability and say, you're not even that good of a singer, blah, 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 blah. It's like earlier you were saying, oh, I was just trying to put your two videos together, promote your content. No, you were trying to make fun of me and you were trying to put me down and put me in my place since you don't like me. Because it's funny, then they try to come up and say, oh, that they think I'm this Lipstick Alley creator. So it's like, you think I'm this Lipstick Alley creator, so now you tried to make fun of me and humiliate me because you were trying to, I guess, put me in my place. And what we're not going to sit here and act like is like Classics didn't do this to try to sit here and poke fun at me and humiliate me. Because let's not forget, Classics said I was doing this to promote you, to promote your content. That was the fake story about it. But the funny thing about it is Classics, when we got into it in our little live stream, when we got into it, then it comes out that they're sitting here trying to shade my ability. So it's like, you thought you were going to get out of this scot-free by saying, oh, I was doing this for promo, I was doing this for promo. But it's like, you slipped and told that you didn't think the content was of quality, which proved you were trying to humiliate me. And it's like, I mean, they're allowed to do what they want to do. It's like, I already told y'all, I kept that old content up knowing it wasn't of the best quality because I wanted people to see the journey. I wanted people to see like, oh wow, in the first video, he sounds like a hot mess, but then in the newest video, he sounds really good. But y'all, and when I mean y'all, I mean like Classics and other people, like they kept just trying to use my content as a joke because my goal was like, okay, like, you know, post content and as you grow and as you evolve, people are going to see that. But it's like, y'all, so many of y'all have tried to sit here and drop my videos in a group chat. So many of y'all tried to drop my videos here and there and try to poke fun at me and poke fun at me. So it's like, you know what, like I said, it made me make this decision of, you know what, like, no, we're just going to do our voice lessons. We're going to grow and we're going to evolve and then we're going to drop, because I'm sick and tired of the fact that, like, I get, like, put yourself out there and you can expect criticism. Like, it's something that comes with the territory. But I'm just sick and tired of criticism I'm getting. So much of the criticism I'm getting is because I spoke on Julian or I spoke on Quadir. It's not what I said. It's just the fact that I spoke on somebody people liked. And I'm going to sometimes speak on people you like, but as a commentator, you don't have to agree with what I say, but at least respect me. Like it's just so frustrating because, like, you're putting so much work, you're investing your time and energy and coin into your channel, and then people, it's like, when you're a small channel, it's not very hard for the negativity and the comments you get to outweigh the positive. So I just want to say, I can take criticism. I was fine with people critiquing my voice and my singing, but what I didn't like was the fact that people weren't critiquing my commentary and they were using my singing as this way to humble me and put me down. Where, oh, if I want to shade a pop culture, I'm not going to go to any of their videos. All they want to do is shade my looks, shade my view count, and shade my singing. But the problem of it was I clocked my own singing. I already critiqued my own singing. So it's just exhausting. I'm fine with criticism, but like this idea that to be fine with criticism, you have to just never defend yourself and you just have to rejoice every time somebody makes fun of you. No, I'm a human being and I have emotions. But of course, people who don't post content on the internet are going to say that. I also want to document here that in my live stream with Classics, we discussed my video about the ethics of Classics, the ethics of what they were doing. And in that live stream that's still on Stationhead, I say to them, was there any moment during the ethics of Classics that you listened to what I said and you felt something in your heart that said that what I was saying was true? I said, was there any moment, not did you agree with every single thing I said, but was there any moment where you listened to what I said and said, yep, that's right, that's true. What a pop of culture is saying is true. And guess what they said? Classics said yes throughout the video, yes, like the whole time. What I said they felt was true. And guess what? They took down all the videos. For a long time, they took down all the videos and were acting like, okay, by May this, I'm going to get rid of the channel or whatever the date was. They've since started posting to that channel again. They unprivated all their videos, but let's not sit here and act like they didn't resonate with what I was saying. They publicly said on my Stationhead live stream that they agreed with what I was saying, and then they took the channel down. So all I want to say here is when I called Julian out, he admitted that he was going to apologize to me. He just changed his mind, likely because of his own pride and his own ego. When I called out Classics, they agreed with the points that I made in the video. They said it themselves on that Stationhead live stream. But because their desire to make fun of Quadir, their desire to ridicule Quadir was greater than their desire to acknowledge the ethics of whether what they were doing was right or wrong. So I guess for me, what I want to say here is I can take criticism, but the thing about it was people weren't even actually just critiquing my covers. I mean, I was fine if you go to my cover and you're being critical of it. But what I didn't like was Julian was sitting here trying to be my best buddy, but then when I wasn't there, he tried to make fun of me. And when I didn't like that, he started blasting me. The second I called him out, I became the worst content creator ever. And that's my thing. The second that I called him out, I became the worst content creator. I became this, I became that. I can take criticism. I'm not afraid of criticism. I welcome criticism. I'm fine with people critiquing my singing. But what I didn't like was the fact that Julian was trying to be buddy with me. Buddy with me, love bombing. So he could get his collab. And let's be real, my collaboration with him helped him because people saw that he was being really problematic and potentially doxing people and being very messy. So me collabing with him helped his image because I'm somebody who isn't out here doxing people, shaming people, blah, 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 blah. I felt he used me for the collab to get his name a little bit better in people's eyes. But then the second that the collab was done, oh, I'm gonna talk my shit on you and I'm gonna whatever. So I didn't like that. And I didn't like that Classics, they went out of their way to put me down and then lied about it as, oh, it was just promo. If it was just promo, then why are you sitting here shitting on my craft and saying you think I'm a horrible singer? So that was the thing I didn't like. I can take criticism. I have no issue with people critiquing my singing, and this idea that I can't take criticism. Nobody gave me the criticism on the videos against the arguments against Quadir. People brought my singing into it because they knew that was the way they could win. Because you can't argue with logical arguments that I made against Quadir. I saw so many bitches out there trying to use my singing as a way to put me in my place. But that's the gag of it. I never had an issue with people critiquing my singing. I had an issue with people lying and saying, oh, I'm just trying to promote you. You were being messy, and then I gave you a reaction, like you were choosing to be messy, but then you tried to hide behind, oh, I was just trying to promote your content. No, you were trying to be shady and you were trying to put me in my place. But that's the thing of it. I'm going to voice lessons. I'm self-aware. I'm listening to my voice. I'm listening to my singing. I'm continuing to improve. I'm continuing to grow. I'm continuing to evolve. My issue was never people critiquing my covers. It was people trying to use my singing as this way to sit me down. Because it's like, if you're going to clock my commentary, clock my commentary. What you're not going to do is sit here and try to use my singing as this one-hit KO that you can always use to throw at me. And I'm getting better as a singer, so eventually everything that's on that channel, every video that I post on that channel is going to be excellent, superb, amazing, masterful. So have your fun, talk your shit, but when I get where I need to be, there ain't gonna be no shit to talk. So just wanted to address that because people keep saying you can't take criticism. How the fuck is it that I made commentary videos and nobody's actually talking about the commentary? The only thing you're talking about is my singing. It's because y'all thought that was how y'all were gonna win. But like I said, I'm self-aware. I noticed the issues that were there. I just kept it up. I kept the older content up because I wanted people to see the journey. Y'all wanted so badly to put me in my place, so now it's gone, and now I'm in voice lessons, and now you'll get the singing when it comes, when I'm ready. So that's all I have to say. I can't take criticism, but y'all that wasn't criticism. That was sitting here trying to put me in my place.